Welcome. Today is Monday, October 8th. Happy National Pierogi Day to all my fellow Polacks out there. We start by recapping the best Oktoberfest beers in the market. We talk a UFC fight that extends after the winner is determined, how Alvin Kamara is tearing up the NFL, how OBJ is unhappy in NYC. We tackle 13 hours and 60 minutes. Let's go. This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski. Welcome back.
What's up, dude?
Matt and Muse Show, number 15.
Still doing this, everybody.
We are hitting milestones here, left and right.
Sure.
Hitting something. Airwaves. Hopefully your ears, too.
Tens of people are going to see this.
Tens of people. Well, let's get to it. What's new, man? I know you had a big appointment today.
I did. Olivia had her 4-month checkup today. She is 15 pounds, 26 inches long.
Nice. Healthy.
Very healthy. She needs to do a little more tummy time, we hear. Need to build those core muscles. And she can start eating oatmeal. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
She's growing up, becoming a big girl.
Your food bill is about to go through the roof.
Excellent. I'll start growing my own oats.
You're going to buy stuff you didn't even know existed.
Such as?
Baby oatmeal and rice. Whole milk yogurt. Infant yogurt.
That's all that all sounds disgusting.
I don't know. You get used to it, though.
Whatever.
You always have snacks in your house, then.
Good.
We always have goldfish.
I love snacks. So, yeah, it was very exciting. Hank, my wonderful dog today, destroyed a deck of cards. So that was cool. This is the first day he was home alone all day since Olivia was born, I'm pretty sure. And he decided to destroy. I don't even know where he got the deck of cards. I've been looking for that deck of cards for months, and he found it, and he chewed it up. So that was fun to come home to.
So he got a royal flush.
That was stupid.
Dad jokes.
That wasn't even a good dad joke. That was bad as far as dad jokes are concerned. And I'm tired.
You look tired.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. How was your week?
It was good.
You had an eventful weekend?
Yeah, we did. We had a garage sale. Weather was horrible for it. It ended up being pretty warm, but it rained the entire morning. But we did pretty well, so we're happy with it. Watch a lot of football. Jameson officially knows how to say football. He'll literally be like, we're watching football, just look at the TV, go, football, football. Like, yeah, that's my boy. Went to the store before we started recording, and walking down the sports aisle, and there was footballs everywhere. And he just looking at him, football, football, football. So we might have a football player in our hands.
Good for you.
Right? So we asked, it's pretty boring other than that in my life.
Adam's has never a very eventful week, I guess.
It's okay, though. Going camping this weekend. The stories will come. Don't worry.
Where are you going?
We are going to Lapeer, south, but we do Halloween camping.
Oh, yeah. You're telling me about that.
So it's going to be cold, but it's looking fairly dry, which is the first for like last 10 years, I think it rained. So we're pretty excited for it.
So you went Halloween camping before you had a kid?
I've been going Halloween camping for probably 20 years.
So like as a teenager and young adult?
Yeah. You just go, you hang out, you drink beer.
Okay.
It's totally worth it.
There's more to it than
yeah. No, you go camping, people set up all their stuff, but when Mel and I didn't have kids, we just sit there and drink all weekend.
That sounds lovely.
It is. It's a fun time. That's probably why it was so much fun, because we don't remember them. Anyways, speaking of Halloween and fall, Oktoberfest season's in full gear, so we wanted to ask you what your favorite Oktoberfest beer is. We actually had a really good response with this. I was very happy to see everyone chiming in. We had a variety of answers. Hackershore, Bell, Sam Adams, Dragon Mead, Rochester Mills, Vorsteiner, Hofbrau, Frankenmuth, and they still keep piling in. So
All fine beers.
Yeah, they're all great.
None of them are the best, though.
Well, one of them is. So thank you guys for giving us your 2 cents and your thoughts. It was nice to see not only Michigan beers, but actual traditional German Oktoberfest beers.
You're all wrong, though.
Matt thinks you're all wrong. I think one person's correct, but I'll let Matt explain why everyone's wrong first.
My favorite and the best Oktoberfest there is Polliner's Oktoberfest Weizen. Not the Marzen, the Weizen. So it's a lighter colored Oktoberfest. It's much more traditional German-style Oktoberfest. Originally, it was brewed hundreds and hundreds of years ago to celebrate the wedding of a German king. And I've been brewing it ever since then. It's the only Polliner Oktoberfest offered at Oktoberfest in Munich. And the stuff is freaking delicious. I should know because I drank some while the fire alarm was going off last Friday at an event.
We all saw that on Instagram.
It was a good time. Tons of fun. Delicious beer.
It is a good beer. I'll give you that. I go a little more malty with mine, so I went with Rochester Mills Oktoberfest.
You damn American.
Yeah, I am. Proud of it. This is actually, so it's a Marzen style, but this is actually when I first started getting into beer that I had, and I was like, you guys did this right, and I want all of it. And since then, we've been selling the crap out of this beer. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love it. It holds up, too. It's a beer you can actually drink year-round, and it's actually good year-round. They got a heck of a shelf life on there. But, yeah.
I hate the name Oktoberfest.
Why?
Because people think that it's bad outside of October, and that's totally not true.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. It's good beer. It's a Marzen beer. It's just named Oktoberfest because that's what they drink in Germany. And I don't know. That's
cool, man. At least you know.
So, MLB
postseason,
yes.
My favorite time of the year, except for hunting season and the beginning of the MLB season, beginning of football season. I like the winter, too, especially in between the holidays there. Those are really fun. My birthday's okay, too, but I don't like when it snows on my birthday. I like when it snows right before my birthday.
Don't be too picky now.
So MLB postseason's here, finally. Lots of good games so far in the first AL series we're going to talk about between New York and Boston. Right now the series is tied 1-1. Game 3 is on right now, which by the time Wednesday comes around, everything's going to be figured out. But as of 8:35 on Monday evening, Boston's up 1-0. My money's on Boston. They took Game 1 5-4. New York take Game 2 6-2. They hit 4 home runs in that game. Gary Sanchez had 2 of them. They were crushing the ball out of Fenway. It was unreal. When they came back to New York tonight, David Price was announced as a non-starter for Boston, and the Yankees cheered him because he only lasted an inning and 2/3 against the Yankees in Game 2, and it was funny.
See, Boston, y'all thought you took all our players and was going to do good.
No, they're going to do good. They're going to make the World Series, and then they're going to lose it. It's absolutely what's going to happen.
I like Houston. I think the Bo Sox-Houston series is going to be really good, but they got
to beat the Yankees first.
I think they'll beat the Yankees.
If you don't know, Houston swept Cleveland 3 games, 7-2, 3-1, 11-3. It was really not a competition. Verlander pitched very well. All their pitchers threw really well, to be honest.
Cleveland is done as being a threat in the postseason.
Yay. I'm very happy about that. Over the NL, Colorado was swept by Milwaukee. 3-2 in the first game. That was a 10-inning game. It was a really, really good game. After that, 4-0, 6-0. Really no contest. Colorado was one of those teams, just like Oakland, had no business in the postseason, in my opinion. They had a good shell of players, but nobody really to carry them through. Dodgers in Atlanta, though. That series just ended just before the podcast tonight. The Dodgers won Game 4, and they're moving on to the NLCS to face Milwaukee. Dodgers won 6-0, 3-0, lost Game 3 6-5 in a nail-biter, and then they won tonight 6-2. So congrats to the Dodgers. Going into tonight's game...
Go Dodgers.
It's just the Dodgers. Going into tonight's game, though, which I think is pretty fantastic and really fascinating, 28 home runs have been hit so far this postseason. And
that's impressive.
That's a lot. That's a lot of home runs. Houston right now is batting right around 300, just above 300 if I'm not mistaken. And Milwaukee has an ERA of .64 in the postseason. Granted, that's only 4 games. So they swept Colorado, and then there was the wild card playing game. Sorry.
That's still impressive.
But yeah, it's very impressive.
As a team, .64.
Yep. So it's a fun postseason so far, and it's what I've noticed in postseason games and series in the last 10 years, more and more power, less and less base hits. And that's just the direction the MLB's going. And in the postseason, these home runs mean so much more than they do in game 58 of the regular season.
Oh, for sure.
So seeing this happen, I mean, it's keeping people in the seats. People are getting pumped. Seeing Atlanta back in the postseason for the first time in a few years is great to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun to watch so far. The ALCS should be a really good series. NLCS, I kind of like the Dodgers to win that one again, like they did last year. But Milwaukee's going to be a tough opponent for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy out, but I think the Dodgers will take it. I'm on the Dodgers camp just because of our local minor league team is affiliated with the Dodgers. But yeah, go Dodgers.
That's all I got to say about it right now. I mean, until I know what happened with New York and Boston, there's not a whole lot that can be said.
By next week, we should be able to give you some World Series picks, and yeah, we'll go from there. So
my money's still on Boston to lose.
Yeah,
the Dodgers.
I guess right now, me too. Yeah, I'm taking
Dodgers. If the Dodgers don't do anything this year, they're going to fold. They've been so close so many times in the last 5 years that they were down to Game 7 last year at home against Houston.
Yeah,
and Houston says, "You know what? Screw you guys. We're going to win." And so I think this year's got to be the year, and I think it will be.
Yeah, they got to go all in at this, and like you were saying, if they don't win it this year, I think they're going to be just about done as a contender for the foreseeable future.
So yeah, baseball, love it.
Love it. You know what else I love? Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
Reportedly,
he's alive.
Suge Knight Jr. says Tupac's alive and well and living in Malaysia. To follow up these Instagram posts, Suge Knight then said, "No, I'm not on drugs." So
the fact that you have to state that you're not on drugs makes me kind of think that you might be on drugs.
Then he said the Illuminati's coming after everyone.
Everyone. And they're going to get us all.
Yep.
They're already after him, and they're going to get us all.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things.
The guy's crazy.
Yeah. As a big Pac fan, I've came up on my feed, and I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. I don't know. I guess there's hope.
I mean,
him and Biggie are smoking blunts somewhere.
Who cares if they're dead at this point? They haven't done anything good for society in the last 20 years.
20 years. They probably left like the perfect time, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Society's kind of screwy.
My fantasy football team crapped the bed this week. Last week I scored 217 points. This week I might not score 100.
Are you serious?
I need Drew Brees to go like 400 yards with 4 TDs tonight. That'd be cool.
Of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, though, he'd be the one to do it.
He needs 211 yards, I believe, to be the all-time leading passer.
211 or 201.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he's going to go for it and then like double it. That'd be perfect.
That would be.
His first 2 passes tonight, he had 48 yards and 2 passes. So that's a good start.
Right. You're on the right direction.
Just keep it going. No sacks, no picks. Don't suck. And then Brandon Cooks got his world rock yesterday. That hit, I think he's dead.
It really looked like it.
I think it was a catch, though. They didn't give him a catch. That really ticked me off. It's because he kind of died.
We'll get to hits later.
Yeah, I know it.
Speaking of hits, McGregor wants a rematch with Khabib already.
Good.
Already posted out there that it was a good fight and ready for the rematch. However, as everyone knows by now, Khabib and company went after McGregor's corner after the fight. There were 3 arrests, which ended up being released at the time after talking to what's-his-face with UFC. But yeah, sanctions are pending, suspensions, fines, forfeiture of belt. Khabib may spend time in jail. They're waiting for the investigation to go through with that. But anyways, you can Conor McGregor has 4 or 5 losses now in the UFC, and he's still the reason that fight made as much money as they did. Even though Khabib lost his first round in this fight, 26-0 going into here, and he lost his first round. Not fight, round.
But the problem is Khabib's not a
trash talker like
wildly
McGregor.
successful asshole like Conor McGregor is. What I thought was obviously it was very unprofessional that Khabib fought McGregor's friends, I guess, his posse, whatever, crew. What I thought was really funny is in his post-fight interview, he said, I can't believe people are still talking about this. It had literally been 7 minutes since he jumped over the side of the ring and beat the crap out of all of Conor McGregor's friends.
Right.
And then he couldn't believe people were still talking about it.
Like, dude.
It's like, come on, man.
It just happened.
People can be talking about this for a very long time.
Yeah. Like, you were going into that interview after the fight to answer questions on the fight. You jumped over the frickin' octagon. Come on.
I did hear. I didn't see it in. I didn't see the beginning of the incident. I just saw the end. That's all the videos I could find. From what I hear, though, Conor McGregor threw the first punch. So that's why he's not pressing charges.
Gotcha. Conor was smart, though. He didn't even go to the post-fight interviews or anything.
Well, he got his ass kicked. I wouldn't either. He's the biggest problem. Conor McGregor's biggest Achilles heel is he's not a wrestler, and Khabib was. A video actually came to the surface yesterday, the day before. Khabib, as a young man, wrestled a bear. This was a baby bear. I think it was like a baby grizzly bear, and he won. He beat a bear in a wrestling match. So he's probably going to be pretty good at fighting humans if he can fight bears. So, fun fight. Even more fun fight after the fight.
Yeah, and waiting for the rematch. But we'll see what happens.
The rematch that neither of us will pay for.
Exactly. I didn't pay for this fight.
I didn't either.
Nope. Gary Sanchez hit a home run 479 feet.
To dead center at Fenway.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. So basically what happened is...
That ball just kept going.
Oh, the at-bat before, he struck out after he sort of got into it with the pitcher because he kept calling time, and the pitcher struck him out. The next at-bat, he obviously wasn't happy. He hit this ball so freaking far. It cleared the stadium in dead center. Mm-hmm. It was unbelievable. If it was Comerica Park, it would have hit the camera well.
Oh, easily.
Maybe above the camera well. It was amazing.
That was insane.
The guy is cock diesel strong.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not even the strongest person on the Yankees.
No. Then you wonder why they hit the bajillion home runs this season.
Set the record this year.
Yep.
Good for them, I guess. Stupid Yankees. I hate the Yankees. Their plane needs to get grounded on the runway, and they can't make their next series if they end up beating Boston. Miguel Sano of the Cleveland Indians ran over a police officer. He was...
I didn't see this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was very interesting. So, after the Indians finished their regular season, Sano went back home to the Dominican Republic to visit family, hang out with friends. That's where he's from.
Right.
And outside of a nightclub, he allegedly ran over a police officer, broke the police officer's leg, and is currently awaiting potential follow-up charges. As of right now, no charges are being filed. But yeah, he hit a police officer with his car. Dude. It said it was in the article as an accident, but didn't reveal anything about him being intoxicated or anything. But it was outside of a nightclub. He was driving a car, and he hit a cop. So I feel like more is going to come out about this eventually, but so far nothing's been said.
There's a rule, I think it was coach of Arizona right now, football. Anyways, he had a rule, nothing good happens after midnight or 10 p.m. or something. And then my other point is, why are these millionaires not paying someone to drive them home? You have ungodly amounts of money.
It's Dominican Republic. There's no laws there.
But still,
I don't know if that's true. That's obviously not true. There's police officers.
Well, there are, but no, they drive like crazy there. I went there on my honeymoon. It's nuts. They're driving over medians and everything. Feared for my life. But you make so much money. Just be safe and pay someone to drive you home, man.
Like when Miggy got arrested?
Yeah. Like,
do you know who I am? You know who I
Yeah,
am.
we do know who you are, and we do know you have a ton of money. Why are you driving? If I was rich and famous like all these dudes making all this money, I'd be like, you know what? I'm hiring a driver for the entire time I'm alive.
Well, sad news, though. There was just a stretch limo that got in an accident and people died.
No, I know
sad.
it could still happen.
I know. That's sad, though.
Herm Edwards.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring us down.
No, you're fine. Herm Edwards. Nothing good happens after like 10 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of a coach that I wouldn't have known. I didn't realize you meant Herm Edwards. Like
Arizona State football coach.
You said Arizona.
State.
I didn't hear you say state.
Oh, maybe I did. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
He has some of the best quotes, though.
He wrote a book, didn't he? Did we do this last time, too?
This last time. It was Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy wrote a book. Him and his wife wrote a book. Herm Edwards did not.
Herm Edwards just said, I want winners. I want players that want to win.
Herm Edwards and Tony Dungy look the same.
Yeah, except completely opposite, polar opposite personalities.
Absolutely. I know what I mean.
It's all that matters, I guess. We're not doing a show or anything.
It's a scary place up here. So I know you're excited about one of your favorite beers hitting the market this week.
Yes. Founders Harvest Ale just got released this week in all markets throughout Michigan. So you're going to see it. Harvest Ale is one of those ales that they pick the hops, and I think it's like a 24-hour turnaround before they're in the beer. So super fresh, super hoppy, super juicy, and those also should be drank right away. Don't save those.
I love Harvest Ales. Love them so much.
Right. A quick note, I forgot to put this in here, actually. Did you see Shaggy 2 Dope from ICP?
I did not.
He tried to drop kick Fred Durst on stage.
That's awesome.
I don't know why, because everything I've always read about him is they kind of gotten along, and he went to attempt to drop kick him and completely just grazed the back of his neck and missed completely. It would have been really cool, but he failed.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. Pop culture
so cool.
at Matt and Muse.
See, we're two-dimensional here. Not quite three yet.
Oh, if you saw Matt, he's three-dimensional. No way, he's only two.
Man, my personality's only two-dimensional. I don't need to be reminded how fat I am.
Oh, another great weekend of college football is in the books,
It was actually
Matt.
a great week of college football.
Some disappointment and some big wins.
It was a fantastically fun week of football to watch. It was a fantastically depressing week of football to watch as a Michigan State fan.
It was depressing for me as a CMU fan because we got clobbered at home for homecoming.
You guys did. And they have not had a very successful season so far.
Nope.
But I hear the tailgate was fun there.
Tailgates are always fun. But here's my thing. No matter whatever happens to Central, I'm going to stand by their side. I will root them on. Yeah, they lost 34-24 to Buffalo. Buffalo's got a great squad in the MAC. People that don't watch MAC football, just go watch it for a weekend. It's very entertaining. There, you get a lot of very good players in the NFL out of the MAC. But their quarterback right now for Buffalo, Tyree Jackson, he's just been on fire. He's already got over 1,300 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, only 4 picks. The dude's just been a monster. So,
but moving into better football, Michigan State, my poor Spartans,
out of the top 25.
Out of the top 25, they had a bad game. They simply got beat. They had very poor play calling. Defensive backs played awful. They got beat. It was an ugly, ugly, ugly game.
So I do one of those fantasy pick-em leagues or whatever. We just pick against the spread. And I was looking at the Michigan and the Michigan State game. The spread with Michigan State, I think it was 11.
I think that's what it was at.
And I initially took MSU. I'm like, oh, that should be an easy win. Then I went and looked at the weather. I actually took Northwestern plus 11. Did that for Michigan as well, but that didn't work out as well. So,
your 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all won, of course. Alabama beat Arkansas. Georgia beat Vandy. Ohio State. Actually, Indiana played Ohio State tough for the first half. And then third and fourth quarter, they kind of broke down.
Notre Dame won, too.
They did.
Top 5.
They did. Well, they weren't top 5 yet.
Oh, I guess that's true. They were 7.
Clemson won big time over Wake Forest. I have no idea what the spread was going into that game. They won by 60.
That was a statement win, and Clemson needed that. After last week and the debacle at the quarterback and almost dropping a game, they needed a big win to get their national championship playoff hopes back alive. I don't want to say back alive, but back in concrete like they have been. I think that's a big win for them moving forward.
Right now, there's a 73% chance that Clemson will be in the playoffs, 19% chance for them to win the championship.
Gotcha.
Like you said, no, they absolutely needed that. They made an absolute point with that. But moving forward, number 5 team in the country goes down, which I was happy to see because as much as I hate Florida, I hate LSU even more.
Right.
LSU lost to Florida at Florida 27-19. That was a great game, great upset. That was fun to watch.
You know what other game was really good? The Red River rivalry, Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, try saying that 5 times fast.
That's why I said that very slow. Texas won 48-45 on a 40-yard field goal attempt just as time was running out. So that rivalry, not good at saying words.
What rivalry? How many W's are in that?
This many. Kept that off camera. Just one. No, that rivalry's back at it. I think Texas is looking good. Hopefully for the next couple of years they'll be able to keep it going. And yeah, I don't know. You want to talk about the national championship?
Sure.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Who do you think, or how many teams do you think right now have a legitimate chance to get in the playoff?
Get in the playoff?
Yeah.
I say 5.
Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Georgia.
Yep,
I agree. I've always been on the bandwagon of 8 teams in the playoff, and you kind of see a season like that, or like this that we're in right now. And I don't know if 8's actually the right answer. Maybe the answer is 4 because Ohio State against Washington, I mean, come on. Putting West Virginia in that matchup, it's not going to work out well. So, I don't know. I was looking at this today and seeing all the undefeated teams. I think Notre Dame has a really good chance to become the first independent team. They'd probably only be the only independent team to ever make it into the playoff. But if they keep rolling like they are, I know they're favored in all their games from here on out. They got Pitt, Navy, at Northwestern, which will be a good game. I think they should easily win that, though. Florida State, Syracuse, and they go to USC, but I think that last game is going to be a big one. I do think Notre Dame should win. USC isn't having the best season, but all things looking positive as long as they stay healthy. Brian Kelly's going to find himself in the college football playoff.
Notre Dame's still undefeated. That's good for Michigan, again, like we said last week. And that was a big win over another top 25 team in Vatek.
Michigan is going to have to win out, obviously. They're going to have to win the Big Ten to get in, but they cannot trip up at this point.
Nope.
They need to go into Ohio State with 1 loss and beat Ohio State. And I think as long as Notre Dame stays undefeated, the winner of that Ohio State-Michigan game, if both teams are currently trending the way they are and Ohio State's undefeated, Michigan has only 1 loss, that will have the biggest playoff impact on that final week.
Oh, very true. Very true. But Michigan's going to have a tough road, and they do have the toughest conference in the NCAA this year. Mm-hmm. And even though Michigan State's not playing well, it's going to be tough coming into East Lansing and beating them.
It's one of those rivalry games where it doesn't matter how good or bad either team's doing. You just play differently.
Absolutely.
When it's your rival.
Absolutely. In both Michigan and Michigan State's worst of worst years, both those games are always close.
Yeah. They come down to a turnover, a field goal, a fumble.
A botched punt.
Broken hip. I mean.
Yeah, poor kid.
Right. Hey, man, it was worth it.
Absolutely. Big upset, though. Auburn goes down. Mississippi State beats Auburn 23-9. Held them just to field goals, which is fantastic.
Auburn was looking like a dark horse, too, for a while.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Not anymore.
No, definitely not. Texas A&M beat Kentucky, another big upset. Kentucky, I thought they were for real. I was starting to believe in them, and then A&M rolls into town and makes them look silly.
It's Kentucky, man. That's a basketball school. It's like Kansas when they were doing good. Like, yeah, that's nice, but no, we're just going to focus on basketball right now.
And it was an overtime loss, too, so it was a good game through and through. Utah upset Stanford, 40-21. Not even really close there. That was good to see. Michigan beat Maryland. They doubled their score, 42-21, if you guys didn't see that yet. Outside of that, the only big major thing to talk about is Iowa State beating Oklahoma State. The Cyclones at 1-3 coming into that game beating Oklahoma State, which was pretty cool.
That just ends everything Oklahoma State had going.
They've got nothing left.
Yeah.
What scares me, though, Michigan State's going to have to struggle to make a bowl game this year. It's going to be a tough road to be bowl eligible this year, and I hope they can do it.
Yeah, they have to go to Penn State. Michigan comes to town. Purdue, Maryland's not an easy out. They host Ohio State, and they go to Nebraska and host the Rutgers at the end of the season. The Rutgers views that as a rivalry game too. They come ready to play.
Literally anybody that the Rutgers have a chance to beat is a rivalry.
Right.
Say, ooh, we're playing Kansas this week.
So they have 2 losses right now, and I could see them losing at least 3 more, if not more. They'll be underdogs in at least 3 games.
Oh, absolutely. The 2 losses they have are not good losses.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you lost to Arizona State. Yeah, at Arizona State, but it doesn't matter. And then Northwestern on home turf and homecoming by 10.
And you look bad. Look bad. Staying on the college football thing, big news coming out of Oklahoma. Rick Stoops, defensive coordinator, was let go from Oklahoma. And that's kind of the last of the Stoops connection to Oklahoma.
Right.
So, I mean, the fans are calling for his head. Everybody's ready for him to go. They gave up way too many points so far this season. And he's gone. See you later, Ricky.
He gone.
How
many yards right now does Breeze have, do we know?
Last I checked, he only had 62. It's not looking good for my team right now.
He's got 100. Okay.
Hey, and a TD. All right.
10 and a half minutes left in the second.
Whew, come on, Drew.
This is our stat/back to the podcast.
What are you doing?
Forgot to turn up
This
the
is
volume
our
on the mixer.
stat/back to the podcast.
All right. So usually when we do these, I find something kind of sports or game related, and I didn't this time.
Is this a fact or a stat?
Well, it's a fact with a stat in it.
Oh, double dipping.
Hate double dippers. Unless I'm double dipping my own double dippings. In that case, it's perfectly okay.
Dibble, dibble, double. Double, dibble, dibble, double. All the dads out there would get that. It's a Dr. Seuss book. Goes dibble, 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 dop, dibble, dibble, dop, dop, dop.
And Adam has been trying to read that same book to himself for the last 7 years.
Oh, come on. 24.
Anyway, between 1942 and 1977, Roy Cleveland Sullivan, American park ranger at... oh, crap.
I just want to go... Shun-nun-nun-nun-nun-nun.
Shenandoah National Park was...
Doa.
All right, anyway, between 1942 and 1977, Roy Cleveland Sullivan, American park ranger at the Shenandoah National Park, was struck by lightning 7 times and survived every time. He was known as the human lightning rod. That's it.
Coming up, Beer the Podcast, we have our NHL segment with our very own hockey correspondent, Double Minor, OBJ's and Unhappy Millionaire. We talk NFL Week 5 and give you our Week 6 picks. Oh, yes. Beer the podcast time.
That's my favorite sound.
Yes. Love it. By the title, 13 hours and 60 minutes. We are drinking Sam Adams' 13th hour Belgian Dark Ale. Stout. It's aged in oak barrels. Cork, caged, bottle condition, chocolate, bourbon, oak, yumminess, 9%.
That is not the official description of the beer, but
I don't give the official description. I give my description. It's the beer of the podcast. It's not the here.
It's my podcast, damn it.
Yeah, it's not the beer's podcast. It's the beer of my podcast. So you do what I tell you to. Cheers, brother.
Okay. Prost.
So this is the second barrel room collection beer we've done with Sam Adams. I am impressed yet again. They make great liquid.
I'm surprised you like this one.
It's not overly Belgian-y, though.
The stout kind of hides it.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a Belgian guy. I don't like cloves. I don't like banana in my beer, but no, I dig this. I dig this for sure. So, we have a new segment. It's exciting.
Hockey season is
Hockey
officially
season is here.
Underway.
We had a blog post come out about the Wings last week by our good buddy Double Minor. What's up, Jared?
How's it going, guys?
It is going wonderful. How are you?
Not too bad. It's been a long day, but not too bad.
I've heard.
So, what are your takes so far on this young season?
Well, 2 games in, they got another one tonight. I mean, that's as far as the Red Wings go. NHL-wise, it's been kind of crazy how high-scoring games have been. I mean, Washington's first 2 games, there was 13 goals, so that's pretty intense. But the Red Wings, they look as to be expected. And I think we get a long season of maybe getting a point throughout the night and hoping for that.
Yeah, I was hoping for a lucky bounce on opening night, and it just never happened.
No, but it is fun. It is my favorite time of year. So it's been very enjoyable the last few nights, coming home, watching some hockey, drinking some beer.
It's a great time of year. I think it was only fitting that the first game of the Red Wings season they lost in overtime because they did that 13 times last year, and they opened up this season with one too.
Yeah, it's getting old. But like I said, if we can get a point this year, it's a pretty good game for
Absolutely.
us. I mean, our defense is it's going to struggle this year, but our forwards actually moving the puck a little bit, and power play's working out. So it's been a pretty good start for the Wings. I'll give them that. But they got a tough couple games coming up, and they got Anaheim tonight, and Toronto on Thursday, and Boston on Saturday.
What are your thoughts on Jimmy Howard?
That's a tough one because I personally don't care for him. But in the realm of things, not a terrible goalie. Along with a lot of other Red Wings players, I believe he's way overpaid. But Detroit's, their ownership's loyal, and if he stays healthy, he's not a bad goaltender. But there's only so much you can do for what you got in front of you.
Who's your favorite to win the cup this year, Jared?
Ooh, that's tough. I think Tampa is going to pull it out this year.
I like that pick.
One little last for old Stevie Y down there.
That'd be a good way to go out.
Be a good thing to come back to Red Wings with.
They're young, and their core has been around for a while, and they're still young, and they're going to be very good for a long time, and their contracts are all good. So I think they finally do it this year.
You see, I still like Toronto. Toronto, take it for me. But, I'm not a Maple Leafs fan by any means.
Winnipeg, baby.
Winnipeg, not a bad pick. Toronto, not a bad pick. They got Tavares, and it seems like players are actually starting to enjoy playing in Winnipeg. So
Tavares had a hat trick last night.
He did. I know. He's fitting in.
I believe.
Winnipeg's a much better hockey town than Atlanta ever was.
Yeah, that's
very true.
That's very true.
There is no.
I have an interesting little fact of this segment.
Lay it on us.
The all-time leading scorer in Winnipeg Jets history never played for Winnipeg.
Okay.
Ilya Kovalchuk.
Oh, you make us guess.
Ilya Kovalchuk did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he played for Atlanta and scored all those points there, and so he still holds the franchise record. But he's never played a game for Winnipeg. That's my little claim to fame tonight.
That's pretty outstanding to know. Thank you for that.
This is our stat/fact of the podcast.
That was better than Matt's.
That was way better than mine.
Yeah, I didn't hear yours yet. So.
Oh, it's a doozy. You'll have to wait to hear it Wednesday.
Cool.
No. I do have to say, though, Tavares' third goal in his hat trick last night, if you didn't see it, it was very impressive. He was falling down, got the puck back, got up, shot it. All in a matter of a couple seconds. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was one heck of a goal. He's a man alive, it seems like. He's got a fresh start, and he's finally out of the Islander organization, which, I mean, don't blame him for wanting to get out.
Right. So, one last question before we let you go, just because we're all Wings fans here. Do you think Stevie Y will be back in 2 years, year and a half?
I don't know if you noticed, but I left that out of my article that I wrote for you guys.
You did. That's what sparked the question.
Stevie Y, obviously, huge fan, will always be a fan. I gave him some praise in that little couple words I wrote. I can say he will almost 100% be back, but it won't be immediate. I think he's going to take a year off in between, spend some time with family back in Detroit, get acclimated, maybe take on some fake position they make for him. And then once old Holland's deal's up, I think he'll move on. And then, we'll see Stevie Y back in the winged wheel.
I mean, you are our hockey expert, so
we're holding you to that.
Yeah. Hopefully you're
I don't know about expert, but there's some words going around. But I will say this: you will not know until he signs that contract. He's a professional. Nobody will know before that time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what we employ you for. You just have to get down there and dig through the trenches and see what you can find out before you.
Well, he hasn't returned my call yet. I'm waiting.
Just impressed you have his phone number.
I have a Skype, but that's about it.
Perfect.
Touche. All right, Double Minor. Appreciate having you on. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So that was the first of many times we'll be talking to Jared on this show. He is born and raised a hockey guy. He knows a lot more about hockey than we do. We like to watch it and we appreciate it, but hockey runs through his veins.
Yeah.
So we're happy to have him help us out.
Yeah, we can talk about hockey all we want, but it's good to get...
I never played it. You never played it.
I played street hockey all the time, but I can't ice skate.
Oh, like that Disney movie, Brink?
That was my favorite movie growing up. Jerk. I actually watched it a couple of weeks ago. It's not that good.
No, of course not.
And we watched that Johnny Tsunami in the same night.
Johnny Tsunami.
Dude, don't. It's a waste of time.
Okay, I won't.
Get the Disney app on your Fire Stick. There's some good ones on there.
Another real quick thing, something that happened last night in hockey also. Patrick Kane, hate Patrick Kane because he plays for Chicago. If he played for any other team, probably wouldn't mind him.
No.
Anyway, he became the first player in NHL history to score 2 game-tying goals in 30 seconds or less. He scored a goal. They scored a goal. They scored another goal. And then he scored a goal. All in 30 seconds.
Jeez. What? That's insane.
Yep. It was amazing. So, that's all I got about hockey right now. Thanks, Jared.
Yeah, it'll be fun bringing him on. I'm pumped for it. I think that went really well. It'll continue to get better, as we do, episode after episode. NFL.
When does that start?
Hey, man, compared to the first episode, we're doing fantastic.
That was garbage.
Anyways, on the NFL, the big dog of pretty much every sports show, I guess. Alvin Kamara is the first player to 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards from scrimmage in his first 20 games. So congrats out to him. He's having another heck of a season. I know he's playing right now Monday Night Football.
He was going to be on the show tonight. He had a game, so
he said he could skip the game, but he really wanted to be there for Drew Brees. So
I needed him there because I need about 404 there, Drew.
Right.
Let's go. You're well on your way. Adam Thielen, Minnesota Vikings, is the first player in the history of the NFL in the Super Bowl era to have 5 consecutive weeks to open a season with 100-plus receiving yards. Adam Thielen went undrafted. He got a $500 scholarship to a Minnesota random little college, and now he is one of the most elite receivers in the NFL.
And I think it helps being on Minnesota. I'm not taking anything away from him by any means. I mean, he's a great receiver, but having him, Stephon Diggs, on the same line is a huge threat. And I think give them and Kirk Cousins a few more weeks to work things out and get used to each other. They're going to be a trio that's going to cause havoc for the foreseeable future.
Oh, absolutely. Cousins, a lot of people are scared that Cousins need a lot of time to get used to this Minnesota offense, and that's not the case at all. He's blowing it up right now.
Yeah.
He's had one down game. And other than that, he's been playing out of his mind, which is great to see.
You put up 31 points on the Rams and you lose, that's on your defense. It's not on you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the Rams are a good team, but absolutely against them.
Pat Mahomes
threw a pick.
Finally.
He's human.
He is human.
Kermit the Frog.
His 160th throw was a pick. That pales in comparison to the longest streak to begin a season without a pick, which is in 2016. The Pats at that time were Brady was suspended the first 4 games, so they had backup quarterbacks in.
Jimmy G.
And I can't think of the other guy's name. Anyways, they didn't throw a pick until week 10, and it was the 258th throw without a pick. And I'm saying throw because it was not a pass, because it was not complete. Like, they don't have to be completed to be a throw. So, literally 258 attempts without a pick is pretty impressive. But hats off to you, Pat Mahomes, man. A lot of people doubted you coming into this season, saying, hey, Andy Reid made a mistake getting rid of Alex Smith, but you were tearing it up. Keep doing what you're doing, young man.
Patrick Mahomes here. Is that more Yoda-ish or Kermit the Frog?
It's Mahomes-ish.
That's totally what the dude sounds like. But that's okay. He's very good. Jay Ajayi, not Jai Ali. Jay Ajayi tore his ACL. He had a terrible game yesterday. Well, come to find out, he's missing an ACL. That is bad news for Philadelphia. He was their workhorse, and he came in this season with high expectations, and him being out the rest of the season is going to be absolutely terrible for that backfield. But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about that at this point. So
that division's horrible, and it just got very interesting in a horrible way. It's going to be one of the worst divisions in football, and it's not by any means getting better anytime soon. Odell, very unhappy in the Big Apple. Josina Anderson asked him a couple questions over the weekend. Asked him if there was a problem at quarterback. Oh, I don't know. Are you happy in New York? That's a tough question. Mind you, he just signed a 5-year, $95 million extension. So after complaining about not getting the ball thrown more than 20 yards down the field, OBJ does OBJ things. He threw and caught his first touchdown of the year on Sunday for 57 yards. He literally threw the ball 57 yards. The guy caught it, touchdown. So rather than complaining about a lack of 20-yard plays, he just took decisions into his own hand, and he's going to play all the positions now. So,
I mean, he can't be a worse quarterback than Eli.
No.
But Eli, I can't believe Eli has won multiple Super Bowls.
I can't believe they took Saquon Barkley with the number 2 pick. They need a quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Saquon's a beast, though.
I know.
He has helped them a lot this year already.
But you only have one win, and you don't have any answer behind Manning, who
he's getting old.
a year or two, maybe. If that, he gets hit wrong, he's done. He's not coming back.
He can pull a Peyton.
Right. No, he's too old to pull a Peyton.
No, like break your neck and come back and play 2 more years.
He's too old. I think he's too old for that.
Maybe he is. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway.
I mean, he's no Cooper. Cooper, he'd be in the Hall of Fame already.
Heck yeah. Cooper's my dog.
Never met the guy.
Anyways.
No, your dog's Lucy.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Cooper is a good dog name.
The Giants do need a quarterback behind them. That's all I got to say about that.
I was wondering where you go with that.
Marshawn Lynch is pissed. Ball on the 1-yard line for Oakland, and Carr threw a pick instead.
Yep.
Does that remind you of anything, my good friend?
That reminds me of a Super Bowl.
Was it Super Bowl 49 by chance?
It might have been. Might have been that exact Super Bowl.
I don't blame him, dude. Like, you're a yard out. Just pound it up the middle.
Marshawn Lynch is one of the hardest runners in the history of the NFL. Give him the ball.
Was it the Texans last night? It wasn't at the end of the game or anything. Record done. Drew Brees just passed the all-time yards record. Not
That's
that
great.
we're live.
Yeah, did I win my fantasy game yet? I'm happy for him and everything, but
Nope. Breaking news 2 days later.
man, we're good at that.
Yeah. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, dude. When there were even a couple.
I need 1 point.
Oh,
Sorry, continue.
You got this. There were already a couple of 4th and 1s. Dude, when you're 4th and under a yard, you got to go for it. Quarterback sneak, or when you have Marshawn Lynch in your backfield, just give him the ball. He'll pound it up the middle.
Absolutely.
So,
have you ever heard of Davis Webb?
The golfer?
No, the quarterback.
No, I have not.
He is currently the backup for Eli Manning.
Is he old? Is he young?
He's young. January 22nd in 95 he was born. Drafted in 3rd round, 2017. He's from University of California. Huh. Never heard of him. So anyway, he's their backup right now.
California has put out a couple good quarterbacks.
Well, this guy looks like he can get satellite radio with his ears, so.
Do you know possibly of one Aaron
Rodgers?
Yes.
Yep.
He went to Cal.
I understand that. That's great.
He sat behind Favre for a couple years.
Yeah, well, are you now comparing Brett Favre to Eli Manning?
No, I'm just...
I'd love to see Eli Manning try to pull off a pair of Wrangler 5-star denim jeans. He can't. He cannot put denim jeans on and then throw a football 60 yards in somebody's backyard. I don't care what you say. Eli Manning is not Brett Favre. Eli Manning can't drive a tractor. He can't grow a beard. Eli Manning...
He probably doesn't even know how to drive a stick shift.
Eli Manning is the 5th worst Manning. Behind both of his brothers and his dad and his mom. And it's true. Fact. Heard it here. Eli Manning. So when you build a totem pole, you put the important people at the top and least important at the bottom. There's 4 above ground. Eli is the base underneath the ground, like the piece of concrete that keeps the totem pole from falling over. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares that it's there. They're just happy to see the beautifulness that is the Manning family, except for Eli.
I don't like any of them except Cooper. I think Cooper's on the top and everyone else is holding them up.
You don't like Archie Manning?
No. Cry, baby. No, I like
you
him
don't
as
like
a player.
Mrs. Manning?
Oh, okay, I'll give Mrs.
I bet you she makes a damn good pecan pie.
I bet she does. No, I don't like Archie Manning for what he did to Eli in the draft.
Fair enough.
That's why. As a good player, yeah, he was great. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't like the Mannings. I don't know. Sorry.
No, I don't care. I just think Eli's pathetic. He's got more rings than I can even dream to have.
It's not hard.
So, yeah, that's the Giants' backup quarterback, apparently. I already forgot his name.
Davis Webb.
Davis Webb. Sticking with the Giants, Landon Collins was very outspoken against the referees this last week. And he said, I quote, "We need better refs." It's getting to the point in the NFL where players are getting upset, coaches are getting upset, obviously fans are getting upset. There was a roughing the passer call against Michael Bennett where he hit Kirk Cousins too low, I guess, and it screwed over the Eagles. Michael Bennett got pushed to the ground by the offensive lineman, grabbed Kirk Cousins' ankles. Kirk Cousins fell down. Michael Bennett let go of Kirk Cousins' ankles, got flagged.
That was the worst call ever because he did not try and pull him out of his stance or anything.
Nothing malicious. Absolutely nothing malicious. So it's, what do we do anymore? And there's even this week I've noticed there's even been discrepancy on what's a catch, what's not a catch. And that's supposed to have been solved. That's supposed to have a definitive answer. And there's still people not sure of what it is anymore. And then you hear these commentators trying to argue on behalf of the referees, and that's what they're getting paid to do. And the rules experts they bring on the game, they're trying to argue on behalf of the referees because that's what they're getting paid to do. And when they are clueless and they don't know how to argue for what the refs are trying to call, and when the refs are convening trying to figure out why they threw a flag, it's getting almost impossible to watch at times. It's tough.
The catch rule isn't clear still because it says in there anything that is a football move. It never defines football move, but I'm over that, so let's move on to the hitting. They're going to have to do something to help these defenders, and it could be as simple as when in the situation of Michael Bennett, oh, hey, you had him down, blow the whistle. Like, rather than having Cousins have the chance to fall down, just blow the whistle, blow him down. Hey, you had him strapped or however you want to word it. But I think you've done so much, taken so much away from them, you have to give them this. Like, you don't want them to go and knock the quarterback down. Cool, we'll go and give him a hug. Yep. But the ref has to call that as a tackle then, if they really want to make this game fair on either side of the ball. Because right now, the quarterbacks have the advantage.
Literally unlimited power.
Yeah. There was a hit on Stafford this weekend where I forgot who the defender was, but he avoided Stafford, but his arm hit him still. I was waiting for a flag. We were winning, so I really didn't care, but Stafford ended up falling down. It's like, okay, was that a hit then after the pass? Was that roughing the passer? I don't know.
And I'm not saying that they will, but some of these quarterbacks, they could start flopping. Why the hell wouldn't you not?
Essentially, yes.
I mean, if you're going to get a flag thrown on you, you know that pass is going to be an interception or that pass is going to be incomplete. Oh, he bumped you. Fall down.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling anymore.
It's going to happen.
I mean, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating to watch this game because a big play could happen and you can't get excited yet because you're waiting for a penalty. Mm-hmm. You're waiting for a flag to be thrown. And there's no reason it should be. So I've said this before, and I'll continue to say this. These guys come in the league, both the receivers that are unprotected receivers and these quarterbacks that apparently are so protected you can't even blow on them. They come in the league, they get paid millions of dollars. They're professional athletes. They know they're coming in this league to sacrifice their body for our entertainment and to make a ton of money. Mm-hmm. They should know that with that comes the potential for serious catastrophic injury, breaking arms and legs, hurting ligaments. I mean, it's grown men, humongously huge men, bashing each other for 60 minutes.
Exactly. And you need to know that even going into college, hey, you're a grown man, you're 18 years old. You need to understand that you have the potential of a consequence of not being able to walk ever again. If you're fine with that, more power to you. You're going to have the ability to, like you said, make a ton of money. But you're accepting the responsibility and the actions and the consequences of what could come from those actions.
Yep. And if obviously you're paying your quarterbacks a ton of money. They're the highest paid position. The fact that you're willing to pay one guy so much money and he could be out in a blink of an eye, he could be out the rest of the season, that sucks. You know what? Train your backups better.
Yeah.
Get your backups ready to be in the game no matter what the cost. Just in case something happens, be prepared to put them in at the blink of an eye. It shouldn't be an issue. I mean, these guys are coming to the league knowing they're going to get their butts handed to them every single time they're out in the field. They shouldn't have to be protected so much. Obviously, you shouldn't make these blatant. It shouldn't be NFL blitz out there.
Right. No, and I totally get that too. Like, yes, protect them to a point, but at the same time, you have to look at it like, I'm a football player.
Exactly. Football's a rough sport.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I think the rest of the season is going to just make a lot of people upset, but hopefully not.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't think you're going to see a change anytime really soon. They are evolving, which I guess is a good thing, but as far as an actual change, I still think we're kind of stuck.
I mean, Michael Bennett's just the latest and so far a long line of people that get screwed over with calls. Clay Matthews is, for once, did not have a call against him this week.
Right. This is the flavor of the year, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. This is the new catch rule.
Yeah, exactly. It was the catch rule last year. It's now the tackle rule.
No, granted, I understand that sometimes receivers will get hit really hard. Like if their quarterback leaves a ball over the middle of the field, they deserve to get hit really hard because the quarterback should be better than that. However, Brandon Cooks was running upfield and got straight up speared by the cornerback, and he went out of the game. It was I don't want to say it was a dirty hit. It was just an odd angle. Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy came in flying, ready to smoke him. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. Head in the ball, knock the ball out, make the hit hurt. He's the one trying to run upfield at you. Same time, though, Brandon Cooks tried to lay a blow, and he took all of it. Pretty sure he got knocked out in the field. Concussion protocol hasn't been cleared for next week yet. So between Cooks and Kupp, the Los Angeles Rams have two of their star receivers on the concussion protocol as of right now. So best of luck to him. That's another thing that's very important that the NFL is watching is concussions, but we wish them the best.
Lions this weekend, they won. I'll give them that.
No. Packers lost.
Okay.
Packers lost that game.
They did, but come on, let's give our Lions some credit. The Lions did win. They did not play good at all. However, when Mason Crosby misses 4 field goals and an extra point, you got to take what they give you. And it's the NFL. You got to take your wins. I did a Minute with Muse earlier today, or Monday. That's what I said. It's true, though. You got to take what they give you. Yeah, cool. You beat Aaron Rodgers. You beat the Packers. You know what? You also beat Tom Brady and the Patriots. And guess what? You're still 2-3, and you're probably only going to get like 6 wins in the season.
Yep. And they got bye week coming up, and hopefully they need 2 wins after bye week.
Yeah.
If they can't win those games, they're done.
Right. Things I learned from this weekend: Galladay is a beast. If he keeps playing like this, Golden Tate does not have a job with the Lions next year.
True. Unless the Lions somehow figure out how to be a team. If they got Galladay and Golden Tate.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually have a legitimate defense, and they have a legitimate backfield.
I don't think they can afford Golden Tate, though.
No.
But
Golden Tate's proven that he can play on multiple different teams.
My only hope is Golden Tate, I believe my inkling is he really likes Detroit, that maybe they can work something out. But that benefits both sides. Who knows? I don't know what kind of person he is.
He's a good guy because he did hold a crying baby girl after an accident on the highway on 696 on his way to the practice facility last week. Yeah. He's a good person.
Good person. Jamal Agnew might have torn his ACL, out for the season. Possibly. Nothing's been confirmed yet. We'll keep everyone updated on that on our Facebook page. But something I wanted to ask you. Heard it today. And NFC North, right now, the Lions they got 1 win right now. What, over the last 5 years, so since 2013, who do you think the best team in the NFC North has been when playing only NFC North teams?
So, I heard something about this earlier today, and I was shocked with the answer when I looked it up. It's Detroit Lions.
By a lot.
By a landslide.
Detroit Lions, since 2013, including the 2013 season, are 21-10 against the NFC North. Green Bay's in second at 18-13-2. That's 4 games with the ties. 4 games below the Lions. Then you got Minnesota at 15-14-2, basically 500. Chicago at a dismal 6-24. Now, the crazy thing, division titles in that time period, Green Bay has 3, Minnesota has 2.
Detroit has zilch.
Detroit needs to win some games against non-division opponents and on the road. I will continue taking this dominance any day of the week. They have not. They've had a winning record against the division since 2012.
Yep.
So keep doing what they're doing at the division. I think they kind of got that figured out. To win more and lose less. But you got to figure out everything else going on.
So far, only 2 wins this year against 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. Why aren't we beating the guys we're supposed to beat?
If you tell me at the beginning of the season you're going to beat the Packers and you're going to beat the Patriots, I'm going in the bye 4-1 at least.
Yeah.
And that's giving a game away against the Niners, the Jets, and the Cowboys. I don't know. They got to get their stuff together.
Bye week. Bye week's here.
Bye week's here. All right. Let's bring on Brian.
Ready?
Hi, Brian. Everybody, this is Brian Rusk. He is a friend of mine from back in my high school days. He's going to be our guest picker of the week. Brian, how about you introduce yourself real quick?
My name's Brian Rusk, like you said. Graduate of 2010 from Freeland, Michigan. I don't know what else to say about myself, but it's good. It's good to be on the show.
Already more excited than Matt.
Yeah.
Happy to have you here.
Oh, yeah. Glad to be here.
So, all right, let's just jump right into the games.
Alrighty.
So, first off,
I got them all circled out and everything. I'm ready for you guys.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear. First game, Thursday night game next week. Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Who do you got, Brian?
I'm liking the Eagles on that one. I don't know. Giants haven't been really impressing me too much this year, so I think I gotta go with the Super Bowl champs there.
Yeah, I think on a short week, Philly's the easy choice. Overall, they're a better team. Yeah, J.J.'s out, but they're going to figure that running game out pretty quick. And it's going to be an easy win for them.
Oh, and stinking, we were just talking about Eli Manning, how pathetic he's been so far. And they've got a lot of arguments happening on the sidelines between the receivers and their backfield. So, yeah, Philadelphia's got this one on lock.
They got one heck of a O-line, too. You got to give them that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Game of the week, Sunday. We got Los Angeles Rams at Denver Broncos. Who you taking, Rusk?
Well, I had Rams winning the Super Bowl, and it's kind of hard to stray away from them this year. They're unbelievable. So I think I'm going to go Rams over Denver on that one.
Absolutely. Same thing for me. I mean, they're 5-0 right now. They had a close one this last week, but they're playing with something to prove. They're playing to show that they're a good team, and I think they really are. So I think they're going to take Denver, no problem.
I agree. Yeah. I think it's the same. The Rams are just too good. Denver's just kind of lost it out there in the intermediate world, and take the Rams.
Hey, I lived my entire life in intermediate world. It's not so bad. Sunday night game. You didn't even know what to say back.
No, I had nothing.
Neither of us did.
I was speaking really hard, too. Nothing.
Sunday night game. Got Kansas City Chiefs at New England. Rusk, who do you got, buddy?
I think Kansas City, just because of my grudge towards New England. That's going to be such a close game, but I think Kansas City's going to take it. Plus, I hate the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, and it hurts me saying that. But
fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree with you. I think Kansas City's defense ultimately is going to be too much for the Patriots. They got their receivers back in rotation, but between the high-scoring game it's going to end up being, Kansas City's got the more elite defense, and the Lions proved that playing against New England earlier this year. So I think Kansas City's going to take them simply on that fact.
Okay.
And plus just the fact that the Lions beat New England, that's got to be a pretty bad sign for the Patriots this year.
Kansas City's defense is the worst in the NFL.
No.
They're like 30th. Yes.
I don't believe you.
Yes.
I bet you New England's worse than them.
New England's not good, but New England's better. Kansas City coming off their win against the Jags, which they didn't really look that great. New England's on a semi-bye since they played Thursday night. They're getting Gronk back. Edelman's back. Gordon already caught a touchdown. New England is setting things right to make this stupid middle of the season run that they've been doing for the last decade and a half.
Tom Brady's going to tear his ACL.
New England wins.
Maybe his PCL. Maybe both.
Maybe his face.
If Tom Brady tore his face, there'd be an uproar. Monday night game. San Francisco 49ers.
I got nothing.
San Francisco 49ers at the Green Bay Packers. Russ, lay it on me. What you got?
Green Bay. Just the fact they're at home, there's really not much you can do against Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a big part of it. On top of that, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's hurt. They had C.J. Beathard, their backup in, who was, I mean, he had a decent game this week for being green. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to take it to him, though.
Jimmy's got to get that porn star back.
The 49ers lost Jimmy G, and the only game they won before that was against the Lions. That's
got to be a bad sign.
They might beat the Cardinals down the road, but they're going to finish 2-14. So I'm taking Green Bay.
All right, and our last game, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Should be a really good game, I hope. Russ, who wins?
It's the game I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest. I think I'm going Cincinnati, though. And I don't think he listens to the show, but I'm picking Cincinnati due to my longtime rival, Jake Bickerstaff, liking Pittsburgh so much. So,
well, tell him to listen to the show. He'll love it.
I will. But I do see Cincy being a better team in that situation. Ben's getting over the hill there, but he's still phenomenal. But I don't know. I think Cincy's a better team.
Yeah, I went back and forth a few times with this one. Roethlisberger hasn't had an exceptional season that far. I mean, he's had a few shiny moments, but without a strong presence in the backfield, that's hurting him big time. They have to rely on their pass, and if he's not on, he's not gonna win that game. And there's been plenty of times this year where he hasn't been on. I think Andy Dalton, he's done very well so far this year, and they're going to be home. I see them winning at home. I really
you can always rely on the Gingers too, man.
Absolutely. Contrary to popular belief.
They do have souls.
I don't want to keep agreeing with you guys. And I think this game is a toss-up. I'm going to take Pitt. I don't know why.
Good reason.
It's at Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is going to definitely be the favorite, but I really just don't want to do what you guys are doing. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Devil's advocate.
I'm a devil's advocate.
It's one of the situations where you get the guy that you're having dinner with, and you don't want to order the same food as him. That's
right. Exactly. You don't want to look like a weirdo. By the way, both you guys have the same picks, so weirdos.
No, smart.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh. I'm a Steelers fan though. Antonio Brown, flare up chips. Yeah, that's all I got.
Go green, go white.
Russ,
I'm ashamed to say that this year, but yeah.
It's great having you on, my friend.
It's good being on here.
It was a pleasure. Hope to talk to you soon. Best of luck with everything.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
All right. Well, special thank you to Brian for coming on. Happy to have him.
Always happy to have guests on.
We need more friends to want to be on the show.
If anyone wants to come on the show and just talk randomness, feel free to reach us at mattmuse@gmail.com. Call or text 989-372-1391. 989-372-1391. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Matt and Muse. Or you can always reach us at mattmuse.com. We got a contact us page. Our latest 5 podcasts are on there. And we'll be back on Monday.
See ya.
That was the Matt Muse Show. Thank you for listening.